Grand Rising and Shining Radiant Souls. So today's daily reading is from the Mary Magdalene Oracle deck by Megan Watterson. Watterson. I always get her. Anyway. So it is the breath. I reclaim my soul. The Gospel of Philip reminds us that the breath animates the flesh. We come to life with the first inhale when we've emerged from our mother's body, and we leave this body with an exhale when it's our time for what's next. The breath is so simple that it's perhaps the easiest aspect of being alive to take for granted, and yet the breath has the power and potential to bring us back to life and into this moment happening right now, just as it did when we were first born. When we are trapped in one of the 7 powers of the ego, all we need to do is become aware of our breathing. It can bring presence into the pain through an intentional breath. We can reclaim and remember our power to shift everything that comes next. We can take one intentional breath to return to the body and drop into the heart. We can take a second intentional breath to connect to the presence of love that rests within us. And then we can take a third intentional breath and surface drenched now with the presence of love to guide us. 3 intentional breaths can change everything. Do not take my word for it. Practice those 3 breaths, especially when you don't want to, especially when someone's yelling at you or when you're the one yelling, when you're furious or when you're more anxious than you've ever been, and when you're about to react in hurtful ways to someone who is hurting you. Just before reacting, just before repeating a pattern of hurting and being hurt, stop. Take 3 breaths. Return to the heart. Reclaim your soul. Then open your eyes, more anchored to how love might lead you. To kiss in Hebrew means to breathe together, to share the same breath or spirit. The Gospel of Philip reveals that Christ loved Mary more than all the disciples. He often kissed her on the mouth. It is through the breath that we can experience a new embrace, so that what comes next isn't from the ego alone. It's also from the heart of who we are. It's straight from the soul. And the soul voice meditation is to take 3 intentional breaths right now to reclaim your soul. This is such a powerful, beautiful card, a beautiful message. We have heard it over and over again to come back to the breath. And if you think about it, when you are in those moments, take those 3 intentional breaths. Thank you as always for watching. And I'm sending you peace, love, and soul.